All right, folks, we're just getting underway here. We're just going to gather in the corner. We're playing a team out of Nebraska, Fremont, which is just outside of Omaha.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Brian Davis is helping me out with the camera this afternoon. Thanks, Brian.
Let's go Stormhawks.
Let's go Stormhawks. And we'll be starting momentarily. All right, first line out, it's going to be the Ulrich line. Estefan to his left, Christensen to his right. Out back is going to be Heidi and Johnson. Puck gets one into the zone, picked up by Sestefan. Moved over to Christensen. Christensen shot. Nice save. Sestefan picks it back up again, circles back around. He's going to go back around the back of the net. Send it up top, Newland hung, and come all the way down. No icing now, as we put it back there ourselves. Heidi's got it. Sends it up to Sestefan. Sestefan gets it out of the zone. Comes back in. Johnson able to break up that play, and Leela's going to cover. Leela's in nets tonight. I should say this afternoon because it's not quite night yet, but the sun is setting, and the snow is starting to fall. All right, Lorenzen line out there now. Lorenzen gets the face off, comes up to the point. The Flyers. Puck gets blocked. Puck comes up to Swarthout. Swarthout's coming in. Gets it to Erickson. Erickson to Schwartzbaugh. Schwartzbaugh gets flipped up. Comes over to the corner. Comes back down deep. Erickson chasing after it. Back behind the net. Puts a body on. Lorenzen comes in. Finishes him off. Puck comes up to Lorenzen. Gets it over to Erickson. Erickson throws it back to Rasmussen. Excuse me. That's not Rasmussen. I think that was Schwartzbaugh. Shot by Heinert and covered by the Flyers. 12 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the first period. Reichert line will come out. Heinert will be to his left. Hagen to his right. Out back is Davis and Armentrout. Puck goes into the corner. Comes back out. Flyers to carry it back down. Puck comes out. Center. Oh. Ooh, looks like Hagen went into the net. It's off its moorings, and that is going to be an ouch. He's up. He's skating, shaking it off. And he's going down. "12 minutes and 19 seconds left here in the first period. Hagen down. Mike's out to check him out. Trainer's out there as well. He's up momentarily, but went back down to the ice. I think he just took a pipe to the knee or a pipe to the leg.
They just got the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah. All right. Let's back up on the knee. It looks like he's going to be just fine. All right. Lula goes back out to the net. We get a line shift here. It's going to be the Ulrich line. with Christensen and sets the font out front. Ulrich takes it. Shot, nice job. Lila. Puck comes back to sets the font. They carry it back behind the net. They skate it down into the zone. Looks for a shot, gets it. Comes back out and tries to get a Christensen. Goes back behind the net. Comes out of the zone to Davis. Davis just bounces off the board. Comes back to Christensen. Christensen sends it over to Sexton. Armentrout. Armentrout tries to hit Ulrich. Misses it. No icing there. Comes back along the boards. Armentrout will pick it up. Sends it back to Davis. Davis gets it over to Lorenzen. Lorenzen back to Armentrout. Armentrout to Davis. Davis up to Swarthout. Swarthout along the board, but Flyers in control. Flyers come all the way down. That's going to be an icing call. Oh, they waived it. Lorenzen in the corner with it, along with Armentrout. Puck comes up center ice. Flyers will control. Puck comes cross. Flyers send it up. Get it in. Back to Swarthout. Swarthout gets it out of the zone. Flutters down. No icing called. Einert able to pick the top. Gets it out. Gets to a Flyer. Comes out. Johnson will take it. Comes back to Eide. Eide skates it up. He'll dump it in the zone on net. Glove save. And he'll cover. 10 minutes, 25 seconds left here in the first period. Score is still 0-0. Reichert out to take the face off. He's got Hagen to his right. Einert to his left. Out back is Eide and Johnson. Johnson's shot on point. Save. Comes back out for the Flyers. Flyers carry it down into the zone. Goes into the corner. Johnson picks it up. Tries to get it up to Reichert. Jumps Reichert's stick. Comes out. Back to Reichert. Reichert deflects it. Hagen deflects it. Along the boards is Reichert and Heidi. Comes out. Reichert sends it in the corner and heads off for a line change. Hagen's got it. Sends it to Heinert. Heinert throws it out front. We're going to be outside. 9 minutes and 37 seconds left here in the first period. Ulrich line out. Sestefan to his left. Christensen to his right. Back is Rasmussen and Sportsma. Comes out. Sestefan heading after it. He's got it back behind the net. Throws it out front. Going home. Puck comes out to Sportsbow. Sportsbow skates it up into the zone. Looking for someone out front. Sportsbow still has it. Out front to Christensen. Couldn't get a stick on it. Off his skate. Comes out. Picked up by Ulrich. Ulrich backhands it into the glove of the Flyer goalie. 8 minutes and 59 seconds left here in the first period. Score is still tied 0-0. Lorenzen line out. We'll have Eriksson to his right, Swarthout to his left. Out back is Armentrout and Davis. Puck comes out to Davis. Davis' shot gets blocked. Rolls into the corner for Eriksson. Eriksson gets around one player, back behind the net. Throws it out to Davis. Davis throws it back into the corner for Lorenzen. Lorenzen gets blocked off that. Comes out to Davis. Davis throws it back in deep. Gets to Eriksson. Eriksson comes around. Backhands it over to Sportbow. for Swift out. Davis over to Armentrout. Armentrout sends it up. Swift out deflects it over to Erickson, but only temporarily. Puck comes across the ice to Davis. Davis shoves it up for Erickson. Comes right back out, and it'll come all the way down, and that will be no icing. Picked up by Armentrout. He sends it across ice. Trying to get it to Hagen. Comes back to Davis. Davis back to Armentrout. Back to Hagen. Hagen leaves at center ice. And we're going to get a penalty on the Flyers with 7 minutes and 42 seconds left here in the first period. CCHA will go up in the power play. It's going to be a roughing call. Ulrich out there now. He's got Sestefan to his right, Christensen to his left, Eide and Johnson outside. Puck comes to Eide, or Johnson, then Eide. Eide sends it over to Sestefan for Christensen. Comes back to Eide. Eide sends it back to Christensen. Christensen circles back, gets it to Ulrich. Ulrich loses it. It's going to come all the way back down, and that's going to be an icing call. Minute and 40 seconds left in the power play for CCHA. 7 minutes and 22 seconds left here in the first period. Ulrich line will stay out there. So Sestefan to his right, Christensen to his left. Eide and Johnson out back. That comes out to Eide. Eide sends it to Christensen. Christensen over to Johnson. Johnson throws it back behind the net to Ulrich. Ulrich up to Eide. Eide over to Johnson. Johnson comes in. Puck comes out of the zone. Eide chasing after it. He gets it. Turns it over to Johnson. Johnson gets it to Christensen. Christensen to Ulrich. Ulrich carries it into the zone. He's got Sestefan out front. Back to Eide. Back to Ulrich. Ulrich comes in. Back behind the net. Looking for a lane. Comes out to Johnson. Back to Ulrich. Comes out to Johnson. Johnson shot. Save. Erickson gets a shot off. Comes back to Erickson. Erickson sends it back to Ulrich. Rasmussen's able to break up that play. Comes back to Schwartzball. Schwartzball takes a he'll carry it all the way down. Both teams at full strength. Oh, sorry, 15 seconds left in the power play. Oh, Rasmussen just missed the shot. Comes back around. And that's going to be a save. Little scrum at the end. Erickson walks away. Everybody's happy. 6 seconds left in the power play for CCHA. 5 minutes and 48 seconds left here in the first period. All right. Riker didn't take the face off. Got Heinrich to the left. Hagen to the right. Puck comes down. Is loose. Picked up by Heinrich. He sends it across ice into the corner. Hagen chasing after it. Comes alongside the boards. Heinrich's able to keep it in. Gets it to Hagen. Hagen sends it to Riker. Riker's shot gets deflected over the net, and that's going to be out of play. Both teams are at full strength now with 5 minutes and 28 seconds left here in the first period. Armentrout and Davis out back. Riker gets face off, gets it into the corner, chases after it, comes over to Heinrich, jumps Heinrich's stick, comes up to Armentrout. Armentrout's able to keep it. Riker's got it. Shot goes over the net. Comes into the corner for Heinrich. Heinrich picks it up. Gets it to Armentrout. Armentrout will bring it in. Good shot. Deflected into the corner. Riker throws it up to Heinrich. Heinrich throws across ice to Davis. Davis loses loses it. Flyers bring it down in the CCHA zone. Armantrout after it. He's got it. Sends it cross out to Hagen. Hagen touches it and ends up going into the zone. We'll get a line change here. Christensen sets the clock and Ulrich out. That comes all the way down deep into the CCHA zone. Davis back for it. Ulrich picks it up. Gets it to Sestefan. Sestefan tries to hit Christensen. Christensen misses it. Christensen able to hold it. He sends it down deep in the net. Sestefan with it now. He tries to throw it out. It's blocked. Flyers come out of the zone. Christensen turns it over. Up comes all the way down. Hits the ref. Comes up to Ulrich. Ulrich tries to scooch it to Christensen. Up comes out to the point. Flyers come down. Nice job by Christensen. Taking that puck. He'll go off for a line change. Puck comes down. Eide and Johnson out back now. Touched by Erickson, but they're not going to call that. That's going to be an icing call and come all the way back down. 3 minutes and 33 seconds left here in the first period. Face off looks like it'll be to the right of Lila. Stepping in is Lorenzen. He gets it over to Rasmussen. Comes back to Swarthout. Swarthout doubles back. Gets it up the boards. All the way in. And icing. Okay, come all the way back down to the left of Lila. Lorenzen stepping in for the face-off. Puck comes out. Comes back. It's blocked. Comes out. Swarthout's got it. Got out of steam, but he loses the puck. Goes into the corner. He's chasing after it. Nice step up by Swarthout. Heinrich Hagen are out on the line. Swarthout throws it over to Heinrich. Heinrich tries to throw it across line to Heinrich or to Lorenzen. Comes out to Hagen. Heinrich picks it up. Got ahead of steam. Shot. Saved by the Flyers. Swarthout hits his own player, Heinrich. Comes back in. Swarthout throws it across ice to Hagen. Hagen has it in the corner. Bumps it up to Reichert. Reichert throws it on the boards to Heinrich. Heinrich comes away with it. Comes right out front. No one can get a stick on it. Come on, guys. And the puck comes out. Oh! Schwartzwald puts it right in the stick for the Flyer guy, and he throws it, and Milo's able to glove it with 1 minute and 58 seconds left here in the first period. Score is still tied 0-0. Ulrich has to take the face off. Ulrich gets it in the corner. He's chasing after it. Throws it over to Christensen. Christensen throws it up to Sestefan. Sestefan bumps it and then chases after it. That gets rubbed off the puck. He ties him up in the corner. Christensen to Davis. Davis has it back behind. Throws it to Christensen. Christensen has it. Uses a handle on it. Sends it up to Armantrout at the point. Armantrout's shot. Oh, nice block by Christensen. That goes over the net. Comes up to the point for Davis. He sends it back in deep to Christensen. Christensen has it. Flyers have it. Sestefan able to check clear into the boards. He goes down. Ulrich throws it back. Davis able to save it. Goes wide of the net. Just Ulrich back behind the net with it. Sends it up to the point for Davis. Davis sends it down deep again to Setsafont. Comes back to and out of the zone. Davis will pick it up at center ice. He'll skate it in. Shot goes into the netting. 29.2 seconds left here in the first period. Boys are buzzing. All right, Lorenzen line out there now. Swartz out to his left. Erickson to his right. Out back is Armstrong Davis. Comes out to Davis. Davis a shot, save. Back to Evantrout. To Swartz out. Lorenzen back in there. Armstrong able to pinch down, get that puck. Lorenzen picks it up. He's skating in. Gets blocked off the puck. And that is the end of the first period, folks. All right. We got a minute before the next period, so we'll see you back here in just a few. All right. This afternoon's game is brought to you by Rob Seedco. Great seed. If you're a farmer, come see Davis. All right, it looks like the Reichert line's out there. Hagen to his right, Heiner to his left. Out back is Johnson, and I believe it's Schwartzball. ID, sorry. ID takes it and dumps it into the zone. Still tied 0-0 here right now. Puck comes out. Flyers will take it out. Both breaks up that play. Puck comes out of the zone. Gets to Hagen. Flyers control at center ice. Come back in. Nice pinch by Reichert and Hagen. Taking the player out. Puck comes out to Hagen. He's got it. Shot. Nice save. Goes into the corner. Puck comes into the zone. Shot. Nice job by Lula and recovered that. 13 minutes and 5 seconds left here in the second period. Score is still tied at 0-0. We don't have to keep the score up, so I'm going to keep telling you what the score is. Ulrich takes the face off, gets stuck, comes back out, shot. Lula's going to cover. So we'll get another face off. Looks like it's going to be to the far dot. Lula's left. Ulrich comes in. Sestafont and Schwartzwell puts it up. He carried it out. Got Christensen. Oh, nice shot by Schwartzwell. And glove save by the Flyers goalie. 12 minutes and 45 seconds left here in the second. Score is still 0-0. Ulrich line will stay out there. Christensen to his right, sets the pawn to his left. Out back is Schwartzball and Rasmussen. Glove saved by the Flyer goalie. Ulrich back in to take the face off. Comes out to Rasmussen. Rasmussen over to Schwartzball. Schwartzball down to Christensen. Right back to Ulrich. And a goal. No goal? Not sure what we're doing here. Just wait. The refs are conferring. Not quite sure what happened. But puck went in the net.
They're going to give it to him.
And that's a goal. All right, CCHA goes up 1-0. Puck crossed the line before the whistle was blown, so they're giving him the goal. Lorenzen line out there, waiting for it. Oh, we're going to get a bench penalty. So CCHA will go up on power play. We'll dispute after that goal. All right, Lorenzen out to take the face off. Erickson to his right. He's got Swarth out to his left. Puck comes out to Armentrout. Armentrout Davis out back. Puck comes up to Erickson. Erickson tries to get it over. Gets deflected off his skate to Armentrout. Armentrout picks it up and gets it over to Erickson. Erickson deflects that, and that's going to be an icing call. Puck will come all the way down. Looks like it's to the left of Lila. Lorenzen line stays out there. Comes out to the point. Back. Armentrout. Armentrout puts it on the boards. Gets it to Lorenzen. Lorenzen shuts it up. Loses it. Comes back to Davis. Davis hits Swarth out to Lorenzen, and we're going to get an offside call. Lorenzen just couldn't handle that puck as it jumped over the line. 11 minutes and 51 seconds left here in the second. Minute and 25 in the power play. After the technical on the Flyer Reichert line out there, Heinert's got it. And gets it up to Eide. Eide carries it in. Doubles back. Gets it to Reichert. Reichert fans in the shot. Comes out of the zone. Comes up to Johnson. Johnson will carry it back in. Gets it to Heinert. Heinert gets it back. Comes out to Johnson. Johnson shot. Nice save. He gets another shot. Save. Out front. Comes all the way back down. Lila's got it. Sends it up the boards out of the zone. They send it back down deep. Ulrich chasing after it. Ulrich gets chucked in the corner. Puck comes out to Johnson. Johnson dumps it to Sestafont. Sestafont's looking for a shot, but he can't get a lane. Comes back to Johnson. Johnson sends it down to Ulrich. Ulrich up to Eide. Back to Ulrich. Ulrich shoots. Oh, nice job by Christensen, and we're going to get a
Just needed to be about a foot.
for sure. Not sure why they blew the whistle though. Nice check. Anyways, Ulrich line stays out there. Puck comes out to Christensen. Get alongside the boards. Schwartzball crashes down on him, but can't get it. Rasmussen throws it up. Comes all the way to Sestafont. Sestafont carries it in. Comes out of the zone, just dribbles. Both teams are at full strength. Puck comes out to Ulrich. Ulrich will pick it up. Sends it over to Schwartzball. Schwartzball gets it to Swarthout, or to Sestafont. Back to Rasmussen. Rasmussen ties up his player. Shot and glove save by the Flyers goalie. 9 minutes and 49 seconds left here in the second period. Lorenzen line out there. Erickson to his right. He's got Swarthout to his left. Out back to Schwartzball and Rasmussen. Puck goes into the corner. Back to Lorenzen. Lorenzen to Erickson. Erickson back to Lorenzen. Lorenzen gets checked off that. Back. Nice shot by Erickson. Pad save by the goalie. Jumps Rasmussen's stick. Comes all the way down. We will stop it. Pick it up. Erickson bumps it up. Goes into the Flyer zone. Flyers control at center ice. They dump it into the CCHA zone. Rasmussen sends it up to Swarthout. Swarthout carrying it down the ice. He'll carry it in. Looking shot, save. Back behind the net. Goes out front. A glove and a goal. So that's Swarthout to Erickson. The CCHA to go up 2-0 on the Fremont Flyers. Nine minutes and 3 seconds left here. Rickert line out there with Hagen to his right. Heiner to his left. Out back is Davis and Armentrout. Puck gets one. Heiner picks it up, carries it in. Shot goes wide of the net. Picked up by Reichert. He sends it up, tries to send it up to the point. Gets broken out. Hagen will take it. Gets it back to Armentrout. Armentrout sends it up to Reichert. Reichert dumps it into the zone. Heiner chasing after it, back behind the net. Throws it up. Hagen brings it back down. Heiner chasing after it. He throws it out front. Back to Davis. Davis able to keep it in. Gets it to Reichert. Reichert loses it. Comes up alongside the boards. Davis shot. Deflected by Reichert, just wide. Comes back to Reichert. From Hagen. Reichert's shot to center it. Gets blocked. Comes down. Armentrout's got it. Shot on that. Nice job. Comes back out to Sestafont. Sestafont has it. Loses it at center ice. Comes out to Davis. Davis is sending it in deep. A line change here. Puck comes in the corner. Ulrich has it. Ulrich sends it up to Davis. Davis back to Ulrich. Ulrich to Sestafont. Sestafont has it in the corner. Sends it back to the point. Davis's shot is blocked. skates. Back to Davis. Davis to Christensen. Christensen shot. And it's frozen by the Flyer goal. 7 minutes and 14 seconds left here in the second period. Score is 2-0 CCHA over the Flyers. Runs in line out there. Swift out to his left. Erickson to his right. Out back is Johnson and Heidi. Shot by Johnson goes wide. Swarthout picked it up, gets it to Heidi. Heidi dumps it to Swarthout. Swarthout loses it. Flyers come down. Get back behind the net. Swarthout bumps it to Johnson. Johnson to Erickson. Erickson throws it to Lorenzen, gets stuck in his skates. Heidi back for it now. Lorenzen pins the guy up against the boards. Gets to Swarthout. There's a tripping call right there. Back to Heidi. Heidi will control it. Sends it back to Johnson. Waiting for that sixth man to get back. And they do. Picked up by Lorenzen. Lorenzen gets it to Heidi. Back over to Johnson. Johnson over to Heidi. Heidi sends it back to Johnson. Johnson brings it up the boards. Deflection, and that's going to be the whistle. So 5 minutes and 48 seconds left here in the second period. CCHA will go up on the power play. Flyers go off for a tripping call. CCHA up on a 2-minute power play. Ulrich gets it back to Rasmussen. Rasmussen over to Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau down to Christensen. Christensen throws it back to Ulrich. Ulrich to Christensen. Christensen's shot goes wide of the net. Ulrich is there. Oh, he gets taken out. Outside. Nice job by Schwartzbau keeping that net or puck in the net. Ulrich has it. Jumps it up to Setsafont. Setsafont gets it over to Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau shot, save. Goes over in the corner. Back along to Ulrich. Ulrich gets it to Christensen. Christensen in, back to Ulrich. Ulrich back to Christensen. Looking for a lane. Ulrich loses an edge. Or excuse me, Christensen loses an edge. Shot, save. Not sure what the whistle. Oh, the net's off. It's gone. 4:43. We're going to get a line change here with 56 seconds left in power play. Score is CCHA 2, Flyers 0. With 4 minutes and 43 seconds left. The Reichert line will come out. Puck comes to Heinert. Heinert's got it in the corner. Comes up to Davis at the point. Lost in the skates. He gets checked. They're trying to get it out. Heinert's able to pull it out. Gets it to Hagen. Hagen's shot goes over the net. Back to Reichert. Reichert throws it back behind the net to Heinert. Heinert picks up the puck. Gets it to Davis. Back to Heinert. Heinert carries it in. Send it up to Davis. Back to Heinert. Up to Davis. Davis throws it in the other corner. Gets it back to Schwartzbau. Back to Reichert. Reichert throws it up to the point, but there's nobody home, and that'll come out of the zone. Davis picks it up, carries back in. About 5 seconds left here in the power play for CCHA. Comes up to Heinert. Heinert's shot gets deflected. Herman trying to pick it up. Send it back up the zone. Comes back up center ice. Hagen breaks it up. Comes back to Armentrout. Reichert gets it to Hagen. Hagen will carry it in, and we're going to get an offside call that's worth out being just a step outside of him. 3 minutes and 28 seconds left here in the second period. Score CCHA 2, Flyers 0. Lorenzen line out there now. Erickson to his right. Swarthoff to his left. Puck comes out. Johnson and Idy out back. Johnson picks it up. Behind the net. Tries to get it up to Swarthoff. Does. It's blocked. Comes out. 2-on-1. Lorenzen and Erickson. Lorenzen takes a shot. Goes wide of the net. Comes out. Erickson in the corner with it. Swarthoff comes in to help out. Comes along the board. Swarthoff's able to pick it up. Gets it over to Johnson. Johnson shot. Through. Saved by Flyer, goalie. Flyers control. Send it across ice. Nice job by Erickson. Erickson just missed the net. Goes wide. Lorenzen has it. He sends it back to Christensen. Christensen has it. Throws it out front. It's blocked. Back to Idy. Idy will get it out of the zone. But the Flyers control center ice. Puck comes back behind the net. Idy will send it up to Sestafont. Got Ulrich off to his right. Nice job. Good play. Sestafont to Ulrich. Ulrich puts it on point. And it was a nice save by the Flyer goalie. 2 minutes left here in the second period. Ulrich taking the face off. He's got Christensen to his right, Sestafont to his left. That comes out to Ulrich. Ulrich shoots it. Gets blocked, comes out of the zone. Rasmussen chasing after it. Rasmussen sends it up to Sestafont, just out of his reach. And that's going to be an icing call. Puck will come all the way down to the left of Lila. Minute and 42 seconds left here. Reichert line comes out. Puck comes down. Heinert's got it. Looking for a lane. Can't get it. Brings it into the corner. Goes back behind the net. Checked off the puck, but controls it. Gets it out to Schwartzbaugh. Schwartzbaugh to Hagen. Hagen backhands it. Reichert sends it back to the point for Schwartzbaugh. Schwartzbaugh's shot. Pad save. Comes back to Schwartzbaugh. Schwartzbaugh takes a shot. Goes back in the corner. Hagen chasing after it. Gets it to Heinert. Heinert back to Hagen. Hagen's shot. Goes back to Heinert. Heinert along the boards with it right now. Comes out. Reichert out front. Trying to get a stick on it. It's taken down. And it's covered. 45 seconds left here in the second period. Score is 2-0 CCHA over the Flyers. We had a line change. Looks like it's the Lorenzen line that's going to come out for the last 45 seconds. Then we're going to get a resurfacing. So we'll be back in 10 minutes. That comes out to Davis. Davis sends it into the corner for Christensen, or for Erickson. Erickson has it. Swarthout sends it back to Erickson. Erickson has it. Tries to throw it up front. Gets stuck in some skates. Comes back to Swarthout. Swarthout doubles back. Sends it in the corner. Back to Lorenzen. Comes out to the point. Davis able to keep it in. Davis sends it back behind the net. Lorenzen there with it. Lorenzen picks it up, throws it out front, and glove save. Nice job, boys. And a good save by the Flyers goalie. All right, folks. If you got to go to the bathroom, this is the time to do it. We're going to be back in about 10. All right, some momentary technical difficulties. Ulrich line out there. Gets it in the corner. Christensen has it. Tries to stuff it around. Comes back to Ulrich. Ulrich throws it up to the point for Idy. Idy sends it back down to Setsafont. Setsafont loses it. Comes back to center ice. Johnson picks it up. He'll send it down. New ice. So it's a little slippery. Comes back. Ulrich tries to slap at it. Can't. Gets it in the corner. Picks it up. He'll double back. Keeps it in the zone. Comes back. And that'll come out. Johnson will take it. Flyers will go for a line change. Setsafont brings it in. Shot off the pipe. Comes up to Christian or Erickson. Erickson gets it up to Rasmussen. Rasmussen shot on net. And the Flyers are able to cover. All right. Lorenzen line out there right now. Swarthout to his left, Erickson to his right, back to Rasmussen. Rasmussen sends it in the corner. Swarthout comes back out. Erickson's able to keep it in temporarily. Comes out to Rasmussen. Rasmussen sends it over to Swarthout, or Schwartzfoul. Into the corner. Lorenzen chasing after it. Puts a check on. Comes alongside for boards. Jumps. Comes out to Armentrout, but it hits the net of the Flyers, or the bench of the Flyers. And, we're going to get a penalty for roughing on Lorenzo.
They touched the puck on the bench.
Riker about to take the face off. Still 5 foot. Nope, there we go. CCH or Flyers on the power play here. Comes up to the point. Shot. Blocked out front. Riker throws it over to the boards. Tries to get out of the zone. Picked up by the Flyers. Shot. Pipe. Comes into the corner. Goes back behind the net. First ball throws it around. Comes all the way down. And that's going to be an icing call. We'll get a line change here. I'm shutting Davis out back. Taking the Christensen out front. Christensen will take the face off to the right of Ivy. Excuse me, Lula. That one's up front. Not too bad. With a minute and 22 in the power play, Flyers will go up 1-2 against CCHA. Ulrich line out there with Setsafont to his left. Christensen to his right. But back it's Armentrout and Davis. That comes out to Armentrout, or to Christensen, who sends it in deep. That comes out. Armentrout, shot, glove save. 11 minutes and 27 seconds here in the third period. Score is CCHA 2, Flyers 1. Ulrich line out there now. Picks it up, gets it to Armentrout. Armentrout throws it back behind the net. That comes up center ice to Armentrout. Armentrout sends it on the boards. Gets it to, tries to get it to Christensen. Christensen sends it over to Erickson, or Setsafont. Setsafont will carry it in. Setsafont back behind the net. Gets it to Christensen. Richardson throws it out front. Ulrich picks it up. Gets it to Ermentrout. Ermentrout over to Davis. Davis a shot. Gets blocked. Comes all the way out of the zone. Stefan picks it up. They carry it in. Goes back behind the net. Throws it back to Christensen. Christensen looking for somebody up front. No one's home. Comes back around the back of the net. Lorenzen puts the check on. He's out of the box. Davis. Shot. Goes high over the net. Comes back to Erickson. Erickson fans on the shot. Gets it up to Swarthout. Swarthout back to Erickson. Erickson shot. Goes over the net. Oh, through the crease. Swarthout has it right now, along with Lorenzen. A little skirmish alongside the net. Little boards. Lorenzen comes away with it. He gets checked off it. Swarthout picks it up. He carries it over. Up. Puck gets deflected. Goes over to the boards for Lorenzen. Lorenzen goes back behind the net. So is Erickson. Erickson's chasing after it. Trying to keep it in. Puck comes all the way out of the zone. Comes back to Eide. Eide to Johnson. Johnson to Reichert. Excuse me, Erickson to Reichert. Reichert sends it across the crease. No one home. Puck comes out. Johnson chasing after it. Come in. Nice glove save. Deflection. Nice save by Lila. Puck comes along the boards, and Hagen's going to send it all the way down for an icing call. All right, faceoff's going to be the left of Lila. Reichert line out there. So, it's going to be to the right of Lila. Reichert comes in. Got Hagen off to his left. Puck comes up to Hagen. Hagen gets it out of the zone. They send it back in. Puck comes all the way down. Are you kidding? It's going to be an icing call. We'll come all the way back down. We're going to get a line shift here. Ulrich line comes out. So the Ulrich, Stefan, and Christensen. Ulrich steps in. Christensen to his left. Comes out. Stefan brings it up. Stefan has it back behind the net. Tries to get it to Ulrich. Gets picked up. Back to the point for Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau skates it in. Shot. Nice save. Comes back to Rasmussen. Rasmussen sends it in deep to Christensen. Christensen tries to bring it out front. Schwartzbau, nice job. Chucking that away. Comes all the way across the ice. Down deep. No icing call there. Out front. Shot gets deflected by Rasmussen. Rasmussen back behind the net with it. Comes up front. Back to Stefan. Stefan tries to get it to Erickson. That comes into the Flyer zone. Flyer guy loses an edge. Christensen or Erickson with it in the corner. Lorenzen comes in to help him out. Erickson gets it up to Davis. Davis able to keep it in to Christensen. Armentrout's able to keep it in the zone, only temporarily. Comes out to center ice. Flyers control. Swarthout picks it up. Sends it back behind the net. Along the boards. Picks it up. Sends it to Lorenzen. Lorenzen has it. Gets it to Swarthout. Bounces off his skates, but comes up on a Flyer stick. Puck comes back into the zone for CCHA, and we're going to get an icing call. 6 minutes and 41 seconds left here in the game. Reichert line out there. Hunter to his left, Hagen to his right. Armentrout and Davis out back. Up comes the Heinert. Heinert sends it up to Hagen. Hagen sends it to Reichert. Reichert to Heinert. Heinert brings it up to Armentrout. Armentrout loses that puck. Comes out for the Flyers. They come down. Puck goes into the corner. Hagen throws it out. Reichert tries to get it out of the zone. It's blocked by a Flyer. Puck goes wider than that. Up to the point. Armentrout. Armentrout sends it into the corner. Reichert picks it up. Uses the stick on it. Gets it to Heinert. Or to Armentrout. Armentrout to Hagen. Back behind the net now. Armentrout. Armentrout to Hagen. And it goes into the CCHA bench. So we're going to get a face-off here. And a line change. Ulrich line will come out. It'll be Christensen and Sestefan. Sestefan to his left, Christensen to his right. That comes out. Goes cross ice. After Johnson. Johnson sends it up to Christensen. Christensen has it alongside the boards. Back to Sestefan. Sestefan drops it to ID. Back up to Sestefan. Sestefan comes in. Backhander gets blocked, goes into the corner. Sestefan tries to center. Glove saved by the Flyer goalie. 5 minutes and 14 seconds left here in the third period. Score is CCHA 2, Flyers 1. Ulrich line looks like they'll stay out there. With ID and Johnson on back. Puck goes into the corner. Comes up the boards. ID able to keep it in. Sestefan helping out. Trying to get it out. Gets it to Ulrich. Ulrich comes across. Gets deflected. Flat out. Christensen picks it up. Sends it to Ulrich. Bounces off Ulrich's skate. Comes back to Johnson. Johnson gets it over to Sestefan. Sestefan carries it in. Drops it for Ulrich. Ulrich comes in. Shot saved. 4 minutes and 39 seconds left here in the game. Lorenzen line out there. Swarthout to the left. Eriksson to the right. Goes into the corner. Rasmussen and Schwartzbauer at back. Comes out to Rasmussen. Rasmussen's able to break it up and cause an offside call. .429 left here. Lorenzen steps up. In and out of the zone. Swarthout gets it in the corner. Bounces it off the boards. Gets it to Eriksson. Eriksson back to Swarthout. Back to Christensen. Oh, Flyers pick it up. Nice break up by Schwartzbauer. We're going to get an offsides call. Oh, we're going to get a penalty. Get a technical on the other team, so we'll go up on a power play with 4 minutes and 5 seconds left. Baker takes the place now. Flash down by Armentrout to Heinert. Heinert gets deflected into the corner. Hagen throws it back for Heinert. Rickard ends up with the puck, gets it to Heinert, back to Rickard. Rickard fighting for it in the corner. Rickard comes up with it, looking for Hagen up front. Gets it to Davis. Davis back to Rickard. Back to Hagen. Oh, nice job by Heinert. Just missed it. Rickard can't get that puck up to Armentrout. Armentrout picks it up, gets it to Hagen. Puck comes over in the corner. Comes out to Rickard. Rickard throws it over to Heinert. Heinert gets it out to Armentrout. Armentrout over to Hagen. Hagen stands on the shot. Back to Hagen. Davis takes it. Gets it to Rickard. Rickard gets it to Heinert. Comes cross ice to Rickard. Rickard to Hagen. Hagen tries to get it to Armentrout. Armentrout to Heinert. Heinert tries to get it to back. Rickard in to help him out. Rickard throws it out front. Puck comes up. Goes wide of the net. Gets blocked. Comes out of the zone. Armentrout will pick it up. And puck comes in. Shot. No! I don't think that's a goal, though. I think that's going to be a goal. But Armentrout shot the puck. It was up in the air. He hit the goalie's glove, and it bounced into the net. No goal. All right. 2 minutes and 17 seconds left here. 12 seconds left in the power play for CCHA. Ulrich line in. Sets the front to his left. This guy Christensen to his right. Comes up to Idy. Idy sends it over to Johnson. Johnson tries to get it over to Sestafant. Back to Christensen. Back to Idy. Here we go. 55 seconds left. Picked up by Ulrich. Ulrich gets it up to Christensen. Christensen carries it in. Christensen puck gets deflected. Deflected again. Picked up by Christensen. Christensen gets it into the zone. Comes back out. And we're 6-on-1 with a minute and 19 seconds left here. Picked up by Sestafant. Sestafant loses it. Shot goes over the net. Comes up to the point. Ulrich sends it all the way down. Yeah! No goal. 55 seconds left here. Score of CCHA 2, Flyers 1. I think we're going to get a timeout here. Going to get a timeout here by the Flyers with 55 seconds left here in the game. Score is CCHA 2, Flyers 1. And we'll be back in a little bit. All right, here we go. Last minute. Lorenzen line out there. Swarthout to the left, Erickson to the right, Rasmussen and Schwartzbau out back. Swarthout picks it up, carries it, throws it back into the zone for Erickson. Erickson bounces it off the boards, tries to keep it in. Comes back out, Schwartzbau picks it up. We'll dump it into the zone. We're going to get an icing call. 35 seconds left here. We're gonna be a 6-on-5 here for the last 35 seconds. Lorenzen drops in for the face-off. Comes out to the point for Flyers. The race come out. It was saved by Lula. Puck comes out. All the way down. Flyers will pick it up. Nice job. Offsides. Okay, we're getting an offsides call. All right, 17 seconds left here in the third and final period. Lorenzen steps in for the face-off. Swarthout to his left. Erickson to his right. Rasmussen and Schwartzbau at back. Comes to center. Gets tied up. Comes across to Swarthout. Swarthout. That's going to be an offsides call. 3.5 seconds left here in the third period. We're getting an offsides call. Score is CCHA 2. Flyers 1. Runs and falls on it. And that's it. All right, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Final score here is CCHA 2. Flyers from South Dakota or Omaha, Nebraska area. Their score is 1, so it's 2-1. And we'll see you tomorrow.